Joining us now to get a law enforcement perspective on Deputy Coates' death is Dr. Richard Weinblatt. And Dr. Weinblatt is a former police chief and police academy director. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jackie.
You know, I realize that it's very difficult to talk about, but help us understand, if you will, what happens when an officer down call goes out?
Well, you can imagine the flurry of emotions that come out for law enforcement officers, but because these are folks, men and women, that are highly trained, what they've learned to do is to put that in check, and those emotions only come out later on, hours later, after they've done the job. But the first thing they want to do is get to the scene. They want to secure that scene. They want to attend to the fallen deputy in this case, and they did a great job. I mean, they set up a perimeter. They had air support going. They did everything that Orange County Sheriff's Office is known for, which is their operations and their tactics.
Mm-hmm. Now, are officer attacks and deaths going up or down, and what factors are of influence?
Well, actually, it's interesting, a little confusing for the public, because the officer deaths have gone down. So everybody's thinking, oh, great, you know, crime has gone down in general, and officer deaths have gone down. Well, actually, the attacks have gone up, and the deaths have gone down. It's because of three factors, and very quickly they are better ballistic vests and technology, the bulletproof vests that the officers and the deputies wear, the fact that officers are better trained, like the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They really put their money where their mouth is in terms of training. They spend a lot of time training. And the third thing is better trauma medicine. So the doctors have gotten better at saving officers and saving deputies and state troopers' lives, but the attacks are going up. There were 4 officers that were brutally killed in Lakewood, Washington recently. We had 2 officers in Tampa recently. It's going up all around the country as well as in Florida.
Okay, 2 quick last questions. You say they weren't protective vests, but Deputy Coates was shot in the head.
That is correct. That is correct. And you know, this is one of those cases where the bad guy, and this was a bad guy. This is a man that's 5'10", 200+ pounds, spent 7 years incarcerated, clearly was intent on doing the deputy harm. And when you fire a couple of rounds in somebody's head, there's not much they can do. He had to drop on the good guy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, our traffic stops, they're kind of dangerous. They should be routine, but they're not so anymore real quickly.
No, and a lot of people say, they use the phrase routine traffic stops, and that's really a misnomer. And certainly in police academies, we train people, and the Orange County Sheriff's Office is good at doing this as well in their in-service training, that traffic stops, like domestic violence calls, are not routine. They are very dangerous. But you have to think of it this way, Jackie. You think of all of the contacts that officers and deputies have, traffic stops, domestic violence calls, etc., and very few go wrong.
All right. Dr. Richard Weinblatt, former police chief and police academy director, helping us to get a little bit more insight on just how the officers cope with something like this that has happened. Thank you.
Thank you.